Hello everyone. So Gamescom is going on right now, although by the time this video goes up it may be over, but we've gotten a few good announcements, not too many to be honest in my opinion, but one announcement for me that was the most hype of all, the announcement for Reanimal by Tarsier Studios. If you are not familiar, Tarsier are the creators of Little Nightmares 1 and 2, both of which I absolutely love. Little Nightmares 3 is actually coming out in 2025, but it's not made by Tarsier. But yeah, the game looks a lot like Little Nightmares, but much creepier in my opinion. I'm going to be making quite a few references to Little Nightmares in this video, but it's inevitable considering how similar the game is to it. But to be clear, I think the comparisons to Little Nightmares are just a little bit out of control. Like, they clearly want to do something different, which is why they stopped making Little Nightmares and, moved on to this. So, people saying, oh, this is just Little Nightmares 4. And why did they stop making Little Nightmares just to make the same game again anyway? Stuff like that. I get it, the game is similar, but let it be its own thing, please. I'm sure it'll have its own identity. So the first thing I'm going to say about this game is that I think they're kind of going possibly for an M rating this time. Like, they're maybe not holding back as much for this one. And the reason I say that is because of the teaser trailer, which we saw even before the game was announced. We didn't even know what the game was called at this point. And the first thing we see is this talking pig with its entrails hanging out of it, dragging them across the floor. Not the most gruesome thing ever, of course, but Little Nightmares had no gore, unless you want to count cutting the janitor's arms off, but there was no blood or anything because that game was rated T. So I think maybe they're trying to let us know that from the very start that this game is not holding back as much as Little Nightmares did. At least that's what I'm getting from this. Also, I just want to say that this sheep in the announcement trailer makes the creepiest fucking noise I've ever heard. Horrifying. So let's look at what the game actually is on their website. So it reads here, in this co-op horror adventure game, co-op confirmed, you play as a brother and a sister who go through hell to rescue their missing friends. Exploring by boat and on land, you must use your wits to survive, work together to escape this hellish island and the dark secret that haunts you. So it kind of appears that the boat traversal is, which is shown in the trailer by the way, is a pretty big part of the game if they're mentioning it like this and showing it in the trailer. Maybe we'll get some sea monsters or something. Now that would be scary. That would be terrifying. I hate the ocean and stuff like that. Like the Delago fight in Resident Evil 4 scared the shit out of me. And Subnautica is the scariest game I've ever played in my life. So that'd be fun. Maybe there'll be some combat in the boat. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of ways they can make the boat a core part of the game. That's actually an interesting idea. So here it says, in this dark, unsettling tale, the emphasis is on tension and thick atmosphere as you join the two orphans on a desperate search for hope and redemption in the direst of circumstances. This is something I love, emphasis on thick atmosphere, because that's the kind of shit that sticks with you. And just judging from this trailer alone, it looks like that's exactly what they're doing. I wanted to talk about this little section at the bottom of the official website. Minimalist interpretive narrative experience. So this is something that Little Nightmares does very well. But if I was to guess, I'd say this game is going to flesh it out even more. I love their hands-off style of storytelling where there is a narrative to be found, but they will never really outright tell you what's going on, which leads to a lot of speculation and honestly a lot of conversation surrounding the game. Tarsier is really good at that. Tarsier Studios has returned, bringing their unique style to bear on a whole host of new twisted monsters and broken yet resilient child characters. Fragments of the children's troubled past have been used as inspiration for their character design and for the monsters that now torment them. So it seems like the characters will actually have a background that we'll know about, which is new because Little Nightmares never really told you about the two main characters, like what they had done and what they've gone through before the events of the game. So I actually would really like if they would go that direction. The interpretive stuff is cool and all, but I don't think it's necessary 100% of the time. I think this is one of those cases. And the last thing I wanted to go over on their website is the fact that the game has full start to finish co-op, local and online, which is really cool. Man, what was the last game that had local co-op? Games don't even bother doing that anymore. So something I'm really hoping for with this game, if this isn't the case, I won't be upset, but I hope the game's a little longer of an experience than Little Nightmares. Maybe a bit more content, because Little Nightmares 2 was either $30 or $40, and because it was such a short experience, amazing game, just pretty short-lived, and I hope Reanimal is like a full-blown $60 game. Not just the price, mind you, I mean the amount of content in the game to warrant $60. I wasn't sure if Tarsier was going to continue doing horror games after Little Nightmares. I was really worried about that because they really had something special with Little Nightmares, and I think it'd be a shame if they pulled a hi-fi rush with Tango Gameworks. For those of you that don't get what that means, Tango Gameworks are the people that made the Evil Within 1 and 2, both incredibly dark and incredibly good as well, horror games. And the next game they made was Hi-Fi Rush, which looks like this. So yeah, if I didn't know any better, I would have never thought these two franchises were from the same developer. So yeah, they didn't pull a Hi-Fi Rush, and we are getting more horror from them, which is great. No offense to Hi-Fi Rush, by the way. But yeah, that's about all the info I could find about Reanimal. It is looking to be a promising game already. I wish we had some actual like uncut gameplay to look at, but we'll have to wait for that, I suppose. I did actually see someone on Twitter posting footage of the Gamescom demo. And the thing is, with gaming events like this, some games allow recording and some don't. And the footage of the game I found on Twitter, which I bookmarked so I could find it again, because I was kind of busy at the time that I found that. And when I came back to watch it again, it was gone. So I take it Tarsier took down the video, which means you were probably not allowed to record that demo. And I was planning on putting that footage in this video, but I dodged a bullet there because no doubt I would get struck for doing that on YouTube. So yeah, unfortunately I didn't get to see literally any of the gameplay from that Gamescom demo before it was taken down. But anyway, yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.